Mike Whitehead. I'm an 84 graduate of Lion Luna. First of all, this could take a little longer than 3 minutes. I think the rules should be changed because what happened to Lahaina was not typical for a community meeting. This is not a typical community meeting. For myself, to get my frustrations and my ideas out in 3 minutes is kind of tough. And I understand we're trying to watch it, but this shouldn't be. Those rules should be changed. 4 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, but even that is too short. First off, the narrative bothers me. This was not a wildfire. This was a planned and choreographed fire of Lahaina town, and our town was burnt. I don't like seeing it or hearing called wildfires. We all know this was planned. At least that's my, and from everybody I've spoken with, believes. Why was there no water in the hydrants? I know people who were in the neighborhood that burnt, watched the hoses go down. We're the firemen who called it in and said there was no water. Second, I'm going to move this along just because I'm trying to be respectful of your rules, even though this should change. Land, we should all be allowed to build back. And those that want to relocate because of the devastation and can't handle it or don't want to deal with it, they can relocate. If they sell their land, there should be a moratorium to selling land to outside investors. Only Lahaina people should be able to buy. Get a list of everybody that doesn't own a home in Lahaina. Renters, long-term residents, not the kid on his parents' dime living in Lahaina and buying it through him. It should be residents of Lahaina. You should have a list, and any parcels that come up available should be available for Lahaina residents. That will give us the opportunity. All permits in Lahaina, single-family homes, should be revoked. That is what drove us out. That's what drove us out and drove up the property values. McMansions, I heard in an informational meeting, we're going to be allowed to put back the original home. That should include Front Street. All those McMansions were built in the 90s, and the county government, the county departments, everybody turned a blind eye. They were built within the setbacks. I know because I was in construction back then. I renovated 2 homes on Lahaina Road that were built in the 30s without taking down their roof. They got burnt in a fire too. If we're held accountable for building the original home, no McMansion should be. The original house should be, and if it was within the setback law, that should be allowed. But if not, then it needs to be moved back if they're going to change it. But no more McMansions on Front Street. If you want proof that we're treated differently, like it was said, I was being held to accountable for a National Historic District below the road for my windows. And yet the McMansions were being built because I didn't have a fat envelope of cash to pass under the table. That's the reality. That's the reality of what we live in. The rich take and we don't. You want proof? Who allowed West Maui Land to sell parcels of the mountain? They're carving the mountain. HCNS didn't own the mountain. Nobody owns that. If anything, it's for the Hawaiians. But yet we're carving into the mountains up there and no one's saying nothing. Why? Who allowed, and they just posted the anniversary like they're proud, who allowed the Cliff House to be renovated the way it's been renovated? That's not historical. I watched the roof come down. If the roof came down, there was no building that back because it's on the ocean. I understand it's 3 minutes. I'm still moving along. I'm almost done. Mortgages, everybody who lost a home. The government should be putting pressure on any bank that has a mortgage in Lahaina and giving at least a year and taking that 12 months and putting it on a back end to give these homeowners relief from their loans, not giving them a freebie. They'll pay it, but give them some freedom because they need help. We all need help. Get the list of renters. I talked about that. Sorry, I'm just losing track. Kind of just got a wave of emotions that come up. We need to build the toxic land. The narrative is the land is toxic. It's not inhabitable. That should be the choice for all of us to make. Some won't, and they will go with it. But when I was in the zone 1 that was cleared, and it's like everybody telling me about 10 years, this could affect you. And it could. But like I said, I worked in these old plantation homes. I renovated 2 of them, which is a simple painter's mask. That was 20 years ago. I'm still here, no signs of cancer. Everybody's different. Everybody should have the freedom of choice to go back to their land and build. The opening. It's going to be tough. We're focusing on October 8th. But you know what? It's going to be tougher for everybody because maybe some of us are dealing with it and deal with it better, but that there's a lot that I've seen that are freaking out in our community and still can't handle it and still can't deal with what happened to our town. It's only going to get worse. We got Halloween right after that. Thanksgiving rolls along into it, and then we're already going to see Christmas decorations. How do you think we're all going to feel? Should we open? I don't think so. I don't think so. But we need relief given. People who have loans, people who aren't fortunate to work. I am fortunate. I have been working. I'm still paying my bills. But we need help, and we need you guys to be different from what we know of our county government, the state government, and our former Maui County Council. Of all those years, we watched them give away Lahaina because they don't really care for us. Thank you for your time. Sorry, I've been over.